back. Our sponsors at the New York State Brewers Association are hosting a big festival this upcoming weekend for fans of craft beer. And I'm joined now by the Executive Director, Paul Leone, with more on the details. Welcome, Paul. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me back, Chelsea.
Of course, it's that time of year again. So let's start off by talking about just a general overview of what we can expect at the New York State Craft Beer Festival.
This is our 6th year in Buffalo, so we basically bring breweries from every region of the state to Buffalo, and they love coming to Buffalo because it's such a great craft beer town to Canal Side every year. So yeah, we're coming back again this Saturday.
What do you think makes this such a special festival?
I think what's unique about this festival is not only is there going to be breweries from every region of the state, 50 plus of them, but the brewers themselves come and pour the beer, and they talk about the beer, and they talk about where they're from and the styles of beer. So it's a different vibe altogether, really. It's more than just drinking beer for 4 hours.
Yeah.
It really is kind of an immersion into craft beer from a state perspective in Buffalo.
And how does a festival like this really benefit the brewers who will be participating this weekend? I
think for them, it's brand awareness. People in Buffalo, whether you live in Buffalo or New York City or Long Island or anywhere, people in New York travel around the state, and there's over 500 breweries in New York State right now, and so I think it's brand awareness for them, and it also they get to see how different parts of the state enjoy craft beer, and it's just kind of a fun time for them. Mm-hmm.
Well, everyone is welcome to participate in this festival, but there is a VIP experience. So do you want to talk about what that entails?
Yes, we're doing a new thing this year. We did a beer and cheese pairing for our Albany festival this year, and it went over really well. Limited tickets, 100 tickets. So we're in Buffalo. What would make sense? And they're like, let's do a chicken wing and beer pairing event. And we're going to do that as part of the VIP experience. Those tickets are almost sold out. They're limited edition. There's about 100 of them. And so we're going to go to Southern Tier, and we're going to brand different styles of beer, or we're going to pair different styles of beer with different wing flavors before the event begins.
Alrighty. Well, there's obviously going to be lots of drinking, some eating, but it goes beyond that. There's going to be some live entertainment. What can we expect to see?
So this year we have the 90s tribute band Crush 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 coming to play, so that's always fun. We're going to do like field games this year, keg tossing and balloon tossing, and we've got a funny beer puppet thing that we do. And so we try to make our beer festivals a little bit more experiential than the average festival.
Lots of activities, there'll be music, and just kind of bouncing around, having a good time. Now, for those who are not necessarily beer lovers, you do have alternative drinks for them as well, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have some wine, and we're gonna have some RTDs, the ready-to-drink cocktails. A lot of the breweries are making these days, like mead and cider and all those sort of things. So they bring all the products. So it's a great chance for those non-beer drinkers to come and have something to try as well.
That's right. That, like, if you want to bring someone out and they're not necessarily a beer lover, you're like, no, don't worry, there's going to be something for you.
But the great thing about a craft beer festival, which I always tell people, is that you don't have to drink them all. It's not a good idea. But if you don't like it, dump it out and try something new. It's a great way to find new things.
Now, how does it actually work? Do people buy kind of a sheet of tickets?
So when they come in, they get a glass. They get a glass, and they get 3-ounce samples of pretty much anything they want for the entire time they're there.
Oh,
and
nice.
Like I said, it's encouraged. If you drink something, it's like, oh, I'm not a fan of this. Then there's dump buckets, and dump it out and try something new.
How do people get their tickets and learn more?
You can get tickets a couple of ways. You can go to thinknydrinkny.com and buy them online. But we know how much people love paying fees. If you want to avoid those fees, Resurgence, Big Ditch Downtown, Whalen Brewing, and New York Beer Project in Lockport have tickets, and so there'll be no fees. You can go there and get your tickets.
And get a little taste of what you can experience at the festival.
Enjoy, support a local business and enjoy a beer while you do that.
Well, in Buffalo fashion, we're all about being the city of good neighbors, and this festival is more than just about enjoyment. There is going to be some giving back with the proceeds. Tell us about that.
Also, what's unique about this festival is the New York State Brewers Association represents the craft beer industry in New York State, and we're a nonprofit. So this benefits us, and then, beyond us, we always like to give back. So the Punt Foundation is also, we give back to them as well and give a portion of the proceeds to them.
Nice. Okay. Just talk a little bit about the nonprofit with the New York State Beer Association and what you're able to do and provide.
So when I started this job 12 years ago, there were 135 breweries in New York State. Now there's 505. Wow. So there's quite a few. And so the New York State Brewers Association handles the legislative side of things. They support breweries from all over the state. as the industry changes, we market New York State craft beer, and this festival is part of that marketing effort to make people aware of the breweries in New York State and give them as much support as possible.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing more about this festival. Paul, viewers, whether you're a seasoned craft beer fan or just curious to try something new, you can celebrate local flavor, community, and creativity with our sponsors at the New York State Brewers Association by getting your tickets for this festival at thinknydrinkny.com/Buffalo. Thanks again for coming in.
And the weather's supposed to be perfect.
That's right. Great
That's
weather
right.
this weekend at Canal Side.